after high school, we didn't really know what path we were going to take, whether it was going to go to college, junior college, or in March we heard about a prep school in Florida, and I was kind of skeptical of it at first, but after learning more about it, going down there, visiting, it seemed like a great fit for us and somewhere where we could expand our games, and it really helped us a lot, especially the first couple months, and realizing oh shoot, I'm gonna be here for 6 hours a day, and it actually brings some similarities to practices here at Iowa, just because it fits almost the exact same schedule. So that helped us a lot to prepare for here, and going to DME, it really helped us expand our games, especially me too. I gained about 20-25 pounds when I was down there of muscle, which was really good for me, especially coming here and being physical and having to play in the Big Ten.
And Kris Murray gets his first field goal as a Hawkeye. Planted down low on the block, and they got the ball to him.
I'd say I'm more of a team player. I'll make open shots I can create for myself, but also I'm gonna hustle after loose balls, try to get rebounds. I'm gonna be, if someone's getting hot, I'm gonna give them the ball. I'm not just gonna kind of be a selfish kind of player. I'm gonna try to do what's best for the team and help us win.
Kris has, I think, really established himself right away as a guy that can do a lot of things like his brother. He's a little different than Keegan. Keegan is physical, and as I said, he was a phenomenal rebounder, but Kris is shooting the ball extremely well, does a lot of things off the dribble, incredibly versatile. And so you look at them and say, well, they're identical twins, but their skill sets blend well and they can play together.
When you look at Kris, he's another guy that had to guard me, throughout all the summer and even in the fall a little bit. And I think he's a guy that's also grown tremendously, through this time. You can see him, he's always had that confidence, like his brother Keegan. But he's continued to just improve and get stronger, and he's another guy who's relentless with his effort. Similar in some ways and different in a lot, but the ways they're similar is their confidence and they're willing to play hard. They go hard at everything, and that's something you can't, like I said, you can't teach. So for Kris, I think he's just going to continue to get better. He's a guy who's very skilled, a lefty that can make moves in the post but also shoot from the outside, and I think he's going to continue to get better and better once he gets stronger and more used to playing at this level. So I think those two guys have a great amount of potential, and I'm just excited to see where they go from here.
And over his back is Kenyon Murray.
Kris was he was my host on my visit, so I got to know him then, and we clicked right away. It was one of those things when I was leaving, he said, "I'll see you in the fall," because he just kind of knew that I was going to come. But obviously, everybody in Iowa knows about the tragic accident that took his life, and I always knew, with him being my best friend, whenever I was going to be a father, first boy I had was going to be named Kris, and so when we knew we were having twins, it was whoever was on bottom, whoever was going to come first was going to be Kris, and so it was a lot of fun to call Mike and Patty, and I told Patty hey, I want to name our first son Kris. I kind of wanted to. I said, hey, would it be okay if I spelled it with a K as opposed to the CH? And she was like, oh no, she's like, Christopher, well, he'd be honored if you did that, and so that's what it was. And Keegan's name, actually, we were trying to figure out what we're going to name the second twin, and Keegan was really active, and being on top, he really kicked my wife Michelle in the ribs all the time. So Keegan's name actually means little fiery one. So because of his activity when she was pregnant with him, that is kind of where we came up with his name. So both have a lot of meaning to both of us, but they're definitely, even though they're identical twins, they're two separate kids.
Street. What a pass from Kevin Smith.
Kind of hit me when I was younger in middle school, because we played in the Chris Street Memorial Tournament in Indianola every single year, and my dad kind of told me who Chris Street was, about him, and why it's significant. And we won that term, I think 2 or 3 years in a row, and just because it meant a lot to us, and especially me, just because personally I didn't know Chris Street. I would have liked to know him, but he's what I've heard from my dad is he's a hard worker. He's just Iowa basketball. He's the definition of Iowa basketball, and what I aspire to be personally.
The Heartland is brought to you by Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, serving Iowans for more than 80 years. This season, choose healthcare coverage you can count on from Wellmark. You can't blame the Iowa basketball team for being a little anxious or edgy, having lost 4 of their last 5. The Hawkeyes have fallen to 6th place in the Big Ten standings. A half game in front of tonight's opponent, the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, the league's hottest team, at least this side of Ohio State. 4 minutes gone, opening period. Here's Wieskamp, step back 3, there it is. Prettiest jump shot in the Big Ten. Wieskamp tries to tie it up and does. Just a whip around and a 17-foot jump shot from left of the lane. Here's Wieskamp with a dunk off a high screen roll to the basket. Bohannon hit him in stride, and the Hawks have their first lead at 7-5. Nice. Ball back to Garza with 12 to shoot. Here's Wieskamp, deep 3, good again. Joe Wieskamp on fire, melting the snow and the ice off the roof of Carver.
Yeah, he really is. 10 points already for Joe Wieskamp.
Garza, right of the lane, jump hooks, good. Right up over the top of Amare, 6'11", battling 6'11". Right back to Wieskamp. Deep 3 from the wing. Yes, sir. Garza right back to Wieskamp. That guy recognizes a hot shooter. And now to Patrick on the wing. His 3. Good at the buzzer. Patrick McCaffrey, who has struggled with his shot lately, not there. Looking for Garza. Great bounce feed and a dunk by Garza. Miles Johnson went for the steal. Iowa 79, Rutgers 66. After sweeping the regular season series from Rutgers on Wednesday, the Hawks look to complete the daily double with Michigan State and conclude an arduous string of 5 games in the last 12 days. That leaves Connor open again. He throws up a 3, no good. Garza with a putback, score, and a basket. Free throw coming for Luka Garza. Wieskamp to Bohannon, set shot 3, right through Jordan Bohannon, assassin. Joe shoots a 3 in transition, yes sir. Michigan State could see that coming. They couldn't do anything about it. From the wing, Connor's open for 3. One more time. Yes, sir. Connor McCaffrey's back with his shooting eye.
And he's making the Spartans pay for leaving him.
Iowa 6 of 9 from 3. One more time. Wieskamp drills a triple. And Tom Izzo's got to get a timeout to try and cool off the sizzling Hawkeye jump shooters. Toussaint jump stops left of the lane. Here's a throwback to Nunge, and he nails a 3. Jack Nunge, a standstill triple. No good. Watts missed it. Hawks rebound. And they're running at the other end. Patrick McCaffrey lays it up and in. And it's a runaway right now. Runaway train, 31-13 Iowa. Here's Bohannon looking for a wing shooter, finds Wieskamp. His step back 3 is good. Joe's been there for the answer the last 2 weeks. Iowa back up 18. Jordan Bohannon to Wieskamp. He's open for another long look. Down again. Joe Wieskamp on fire. Iowa by 21. Here's Garza. Step back jumper from 18 feet down through. You could hear the ball swishing through the nets. Basketball and a 3, good by Connor McCaffrey. And that'll be the final score. Iowa 88, Michigan State 58. The Heartland is brought to you by Hy-Vee. Save time and shop online with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Go to aislesonline.com to get started. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives.
Oh, I think I was in 1st grade. I was 6 years old probably. Me and a kid from a few doors down decided to wrestle, and our dads would take us. We'd carpool there to the practice together, and yeah, 1st grade I think. So I think my dad told me I was like 30. My parents said I was 33 pounds when I was 1. So I was huge as a baby. My parents thought I was gonna have a weight problem. I think I took him down like 8th grade or something like that, and he claims I cheap shotted him, or cheap takedown, but my mom has it scrapbooked in our, my mom used to make scrapbooks for like every year of school for us, and she has a scrapbook at the end of like 8th grade, like me taking him down and holding him down on the couch, and he hates it. I remember the first time Tom ever texted me was after a tournament, and he wouldn't tell me who he was. And he texted me, he goes, hey, good work I just won a tournament, beat a really good kid in the finals, and he's like, hey, good work today. And I was like, thanks, like, who is this? He goes, just said, your future coach. And then he left it at that for like hours. And I was like, I don't know who this is. So then I'm like trying to like do research on the number, and I'm like, finally he texts me, goes, it's Tom Brands. I was like, oh, sweet. Like I was like a junior in high school, and that was the first time Tom ever texted me, and I was like, it's like not even telling me who he was, just like, your future coach was all he said.
This was your freshman year when Tom Brands has eyes on you. And that's 7 years ago, right? Maybe, right?
Yeah.
You take that for granted at all when you come in this room and train, that not only Tom Brands has eyes on you, but Derry Brands, Bobby Telford, Ryan Morningstar, Daniel Dennis. I mean, does it ever get lost on you, the people in the room?
I try not to. I mean, I want to say no, but the thing is, you come in here and you're humbled every day. I mean, it's not every program has an Olympic champ, 3 Olympians on their coaching staff, and then you have Morningstar and Telford who are geniuses too. So it's not every day that programs have that. So I'm very lucky and grateful that I'm here and that I'm able to learn from them. I always talk to Aaron Costello a lot. He's one of my best friends, and I always go up to, I mean, we're always talking, bouncing like ideas off of each other. If I have a bad practice, bad workout, he kind of like tells me like, oh, this is like what or in bad match, he's like, oh, this is what I saw. And I was like, yeah, I felt that. And he's kind of the guy on the team that I go to a lot and like talk about my frustrations or talk out my successes and stuff like that too.
Is that what's kind of special about this program? I mean, you mentioned Costello. You've got so many names in this room that people recognize, 10 All-Americans last year alone. But like a guy like Aaron Costello, there's just often so many unsung heroes like that. But I mean, is that what's special about this program and about this place?
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. I mean, he hasn't stepped foot in the starting lineup. He's behind Tony Cassiope. He's a great wrestler, but he's somebody who we can't live without. You know what I mean? We need him, and there's countless other guys like that.
So these guys are your brothers. They're your family. Like family fights. Who do you fight with?
Probably Happel. I mean, he's my roommate. Happel doesn't shut up half the time, and he does it like knowing that I'm gonna argue back with him. He'll argue dumb stuff that he knows he's wrong. But if you know Happel, he's just gonna argue it, and he knows he's wrong too. But he just wants to get under your skin. So Happel probably the most. But it's never like fighting. It's just like playful banter, But definitely like him probably the most.
Have you lived with him previously?
Yeah. So we've lived together for almost 2 years now. So I'm used to it. So now like we'll get in arguments. I think last night or something we got in an argument, and I'm like, Happel, I know you're wrong. You know you're wrong, so shut up. And he's just like, he just looks at me and just starts laughing. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. It was me, Costello, Murin, Axmere, Wilson, Spencer, and Corbin. I think that's 7, right? Yeah, there was 7 of us. Yeah, we were all, the thing about us is that we've all stayed and we're all really good friends, and we've all made great memories together. And 10 years down the road, I still see us all being great friends. I don't know, but it was a great idea. It was hilarious. I remember we all sent a ton out. I sent them to classmates, to parents, family friends, and yeah, I remember taking the pictures. It was like early November, probably, when we took the picture. Actually, it was probably around Thanksgiving time, and we were trying a whole bunch. Like we were going out, taking them out in front of the Hillcrest sign. We were carrying a Christmas tree around the dorms. Everybody else, it was like on a Friday night, so everybody else in the dorms, they're all going out to parties and stuff. We're dressed up in like Christmas sweaters, like about to take a Christmas picture, and everybody was kind of looking at us like, who are these weirdos? Like, what are they doing? I think, I remember Tom giving a speech a couple years ago about like, the problem with a lot of programs is they're cliquey. Like they have cliques, and the cliques are against each other. And I don't think that program has this at all. I think we're all really close together, and yeah, obviously people hang out with different people, like not everybody hangs out with each other 24/7. But when it comes down to it, like we're all friends. Like we'll all go grab dinner together, we'll all hang out, watch movie, play games, whatever it is together. And I think that's what makes this program special.
Today's broadcast is powered by Extreme Internet. Feel the speed, feel the power, feel extreme. U.S. Cellular is proud to be the official wireless sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, connecting the Hawkeye Nation.
Two teams in need of a victory. It certainly won't be easy for the Hawks to get road win number 4. Gabby Marshall drains a three-pointer from the right wing. And when Gabby's been open, Her shot has been going in. Looks very, very confident. And now McKenna Warnock for three, and she buries it from the top of the key.
This is a good win for us, especially, and I didn't like that we gave up the 17-point lead, but that we still were able to keep our composure and still, make free throws down the line and those type of things that we needed to do to put this game away. So
Clark for three, drills it. Came off a screen and dropped it in from the top of the key.
Clark, 4 for 4 from the three-point line.
16 points already for the nation's leading scorer amongst freshmen. The ball down court to Tomi Taiwo, layup good at the buzzer.
That was such a smart play.
I think we just had to come together and just kind of rally as a team. A lot of our games have kind of swung in the wrong direction late in that fourth quarter. And so I'm really proud of our team pulling it together when it did come close again. So
she goes all the way in, spin move in the lane, layup good, and she is fouled. In traffic. Uses a screen and then drops it off for Sanana, who finishes strong in the paint with the left hand, and she is fouled.
We knew we needed this win. That's what we came here to do. We were going to win no matter what it took, especially having a 17-point lead. I think our captains held us together there at the end. I mean, we got a couple stops there at the end. They fouled us and we made free throws. So we finished out strong, and that's great to see.
Now a 27-foot jump shot from straight away. Caitlin Clark drills a three-pointer.
Ice.
How about that? 30 for Caitlin Clark for the third straight game.
The Heartland is brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and Iowa Corn Promotion Board. You may think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Athletico Physical Therapy. It all starts here. Latham High-Tech Seeds is proud to partner with the Iowa men's basketball team in raising money for every free throw made by the Hawkeyes all season long through the Hawkeye Charity Stripe promotion. All proceeds benefit the American Cancer Society and Coaches vs. Cancer program here in the state of Iowa. Latham High-Tech Seeds, cheering on the Hawkeyes from the free throw line and helping with cancer awareness efforts all across the state of Iowa.
Robert Pearl was known as Mr. Hawkeye to many in the Iowa City area. He was one of the first African-American baseball players at the University of Iowa and a longtime supporter of Hawkeye softball. He was the first black pitcher to ever graduate from a Big Ten school and went on to play professional baseball for the St. Louis Cardinals farm team. He graduated from the University of Iowa in 1960 with a double major in geography and business. He served 2 terms with the National Iowa Varsity Club Board of Directors and was president from 1989 to 1990 and won the Letter Winner of the Year award. Pearl Field, the home of Iowa's softball program, was dedicated on October 2, 1999 in honor of the late Robert L. Pearl. In the fall of 2002, pro-style sunken dugouts were added along with the addition of 500 permanent seats, bringing the grandstand capacity to 1,500.
Greg Pierce spent his first couple of years of life in a house just minutes from Kinnick Stadium, as his father played for Iowa from 1954 to 57. As a tribute to his late father, who passed away in 2014, on game days, the Pierce family does their own pregame entrance to the stadium. They each touch the plaque commemorating the 1956 Rose Bowl team that his father was a part of, making game day that much more special.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.